Hello! Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Minecraft as I fail to F5 navigate my way through the base. Yeah, we've had a busy few couple of past episodes, and I want to show you something. Look at how much redstone is just casually sitting in here now. Like, I've accurately let the game, give me tons of redstone. And, yeah, we're doing pretty good now, if I do say so myself. Of course, we have a few other things that need to start getting worked on and taken care of. I did the honors of going through and taking care of one of them myself in between episodes because I realized that if I wanted to start, sitting and letting it casually farm, probably should get it starting taken care of. And some of you might be able to guess what it is based off of the fact that I have some cooked chicken now. I finally fixed this system, and this is how simple it is. You make them sit on a hopper, and above them is a cauldron with lava in it. That's the entire fix. So, they're fixed, they're working, they're going, they're doing everything they need to. We're happy, we're having fun, everything's going well. We're no longer as worried about things over there. The other thing that I really wanted to get started on this episode is either a different food farm, because I don't think that one provides long enough, or fast enough. We need to either eventually start working on these guys' home, which, that's a wonderful thing to start working on, or we've got like 3 other big farms that we could be working on, like all right now. One of which is the slime farm and the monster spawner farm, which, all of those are things that do matter that we do need to be working on eventually. We've got a lot we could be doing, basically, is the nice way of putting it. And also, I'm going to swap these out for blocks of coal, because, for, at least the first little bit of what we're doing in this episode, I want to start working on making the blocks that we're going to be using as part of this whole, exchange of what we're going to be working on in the Nether. And I think I want to make the there's a few things I want to make as part of this episode, one of which is the Witch Farm's new, Nether entry, and maybe start working on what will be its version of the bridge project. That's a whole fun excursion. But I really want to start working on, though, is the pork chop farm. Pork chops are something that we can just get really freaking easily as part of stuff that's going on. And it's a really easy farm to build that, I would like to. And it just needs a few things that I just need to make sure we have the ability to make. How do you make a soul torch? Soul torches, oh, they're that, okay. That is quite a bit of coal. But yeah, 36 is plenty. 36, well, might be plenty. I might need more. But that's something we can go grab some more soul soil, or soul sand for, real quick. Soul soil, soul torch. There we go, and I need a bit more sticks. Where is our sticks? Yeah. I mean, that'll give me plenty of sticks. Soul torch. Yep, there we go. So, those soul torches right there that I've had us grab They are going to effectively work as our deterrent that we use as a way to send a lot of these pigs that we're going after to their death. And I've already kind of mentioned what we're doing in this farm prior, just from, you know, what we've been talking about over the past few episodes with the whole Zoglin stuff and whatnot. We're effectively trying to make a Zoglin, or whatever they're called. Hoglins are what they're called. That's what they're called. I just remembered that. Yippee. I have a memory somewhere deep inside. Also, yeah, I'm taking these because we don't need them in there anymore, and it's nice and wonderful for me to get working on the building of what we're doing. So effectively what we need is a torch, one of these, and then we need 3 slabs per each one. So effectively what I need is a stack of these, which we have, and I need 3 stacks of these, and then I need about 2 stacks of campfires and 2 stacks, a stack of campfires and a stack of hoppers. So I actually don't even need to worry about cooking all this stuff anymore, to the point of where I'm kind of going to just say let's stop it to save our save our coal as best as possible. And that's nice to have as well. And I will take these with me, and we will go throw them into the pit real quick. But yeah, we need to make a stack of campfires, which is a little expensive. We're reaching that point in the game, and I kind of realized this a couple of episodes ago, where that'll just get floating in there for a while. We have stone set up. We're at the point in the game where everything that we have left to do with farming related stuff is effectively just like gather a ton of materials and then build it, which is, you know, like fair, fine, you know, whatever. The problem is like I need to get better at coming on offline and playing this game, because I will admit, it becomes a thing where, like, I tend to play because I'm recording. Like, that just is a true fact. I tend to play because I am recording the game. And, like, that means that I never run some of the farms that I absolutely need to. Like, for instance, the tree farm, I need to go run it again because, like, I haven't in a while, and yeah, I need to. But, you know, I did just realize we are going to also want an extra set of hoppers for the food collection part of this. Yep, that should be enough, because I think I grabbed the extra wood that I needed for it, but you know. But so, like, we're at the point where basically, like, I should be playing more offline, just to progress us a little bit further along. I don't know why I forgot I needed to make the chest before I make the chest, you know? And that cursed frickin' issue that is going on with the damn frickin'... Where is it? Streamer mode. Get... Oh, streamer mode. Streamer mode. Why are you not on? Silence Discord. This is an issue that's been happening way too often recently, and is becoming a real big pain for me. Friggin' streamer mode never turning on when it needs to anymore. I don't know. Discord's messed up. We don't worry about it. Anyways, boom, boom, and then hopper, boom, boom. That should be way more than I need, actually. But now, remind me, how do I make a campfire? That's a lot of coal and or charcoal, and that's a lot of logs and sticks. Okay, so we need 3 stacks of logs, 4 if I want to do it charcoal, which is fine. You know, we can do that real quick. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like that I have to use my oak logs, but correct me if I'm wrong, you know, game. I'm pretty sure we are entirely out of acacia. And acacia is what I would be using here. But yeah, no. I did get the cooked chicken working now. And we should see that we've got like 5 just that's slowly making its way in. Every so often, one will go down. And that's what we need. I also need some sticks. Sticks. Come here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now I just go cook. I just go cook. But no, we're at the point where I just need to get on more. I just need to sit and do some stuff. And, you know, like, for instance, the slime farm, I've got to just sit and let it dig, basically. Like, I just got to sit and dig with it. Also, yeah, this coal block that I wasted, oops. Hopefully it doesn't get wasted too hard. In fact, you know what? Here we go. That should cover any excess that needs made. Let's go get to work on building this now that we've got it, you know, started, basically. And the good thing is we already have a spot picked out for it, because we've already kind of spent the time and figured out a spot for it. And the nice thing is once I've got this spot, you know, working, we kind of just put it together. And things go burr. This is a farm that's so commonly used, by the way, that, like, in all honesty, I don't even think it really needs an introduction, effectively. It's that well known, in my opinion. But it's basically just a nice little Hoglin farm that you set up in a Crimson Forest like this. And you simply put just use the spawning rules, manipulate them just a teeny bit, because fun fact, you know, Hoglins quite literally get like one of the most hilarious setups that you can do with the spawning rules and the soul torches. And we kind of just force them to spawn in a spot that they apparently hate so much that they would rather go jump into a campfire to save their lives. Also, I did just realize I needed like 3 more stacks of these. Or no, I didn't. I only need 3 stacks total. What am I on about? Anyways, so we're gonna want to build this up a few blocks, and I would like the center, despite it being an odd size or an even size farm. So we'll just relatively center it here, and I want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we go 1, 2, 3. Place that there, place that there. Place this out of my hand. Perfect, there we go. So we do this, and if we F3 light check here, we're in light level 7, 8, and 6. So nothing, no zombie piglins spawn, basically. We go until we have 32 this way. And whoop-de-doo. And we just put a soul torch at every single location on this spot. Oh, I did realize I forgot to grab the, what's it called? The trapdoors, and because I started talking, got distracted. Yoink. Yoink. There we go. We can do that. And, yeah, you know what? I can just grab this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And grab our soul torches. And we do what I wish I could do everywhere with actual torches. I will admit, one thing I actually cannot wait for is when I've got, like, a coal farm running, which means, you know, the wither skeleton farm. Because once the wither skeleton farm is up and running, I will have so many torches, it's not even funny. I technically do have infinite torches right now. Again, it's more of a problem of I don't sit on the game and run it. And I need to. Because, really, like, we've got so much materials that I need to be gathering that if I would like to do the collection right, I need to be gathering them. Which means I need to be playing the game more. So, look, I'm sorry everybody that I apparently just am currently in the mode of brain focus too hard on MDOD to remember to play a game that, like, I'm in love with and would like to, you know, have a world where I literally gather everything. But, you know, apparently that's how I be sometimes. There we go. And yeah, this is basically the entire farm. You don't even need to do anything too fancy with it. But look, it's easy enough that it works as an episode for us, and it gets stuff done. And then like I was making the hints that we were going to be making this over the past few episodes, but quite literally, all we do is I build a collection system, which is also the kill system, and we just get pig. We get all the pork that we could ever need, ever, and I mean that quite literally ever, within like a couple of hours. Of just sitting up here. Like, I will probably leave the game running after I'm done with this recording session, and things will just be good. It'll just be good. And that's kind of my hopes, is the next few episodes of this are me hopefully just setting up farms that we end up in a situation of it'll just be good, basically, to run for a long while. And then the hope is that what I can do is I can work on making sure that, start working on the villager homes, within, like, the next few episodes while I work on farms, hopefully in the background. You know, might not be, because that's kind of how I be sometimes. And while those farms are going, we'll have the farms going while we work on stuff, and then, you know, because we're working on stuff will get generated, yada yada yada. We'll get more further along, and then hopefully within about, like, 10 or so episodes, we start finally working on the factory, you know, and the factory then becomes our main focus for a long period of time within the game, because we just need to get things, you know, built up and ready and working. Awesome. So that is everything we really need for this, in terms of what needs constructed immediately. And I'm just building a little staircase up here. So what I need to do is I need to go get a few more. I need to get a few trapdoors. I need an extra block that I can run alongside the bottom of that. That'll probably be a few more of those, what's it called? Smooth stones. And then we can also, I just realized, you know what, while we're here, so we want this block to be where a trapdoor is, this block to be an air gap, and this block that I just mined to be a trap, or not a trap, a campfire. Right, so trapdoor, air block, campfire, and then this block that goes right here is our collection hoppers, which we can get in right now, which we just put the campfires on. And once the campfires are on, we just go burr. And I mean that. We just go burr. Everything just goes burr. Okay, come on. Doot, doot. 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 And then, yep, that's good. Grab you. We're going to want this to also be its own separate line. That just goes all the way over. Did I made way too many hoppers. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I remember to do this the smart way? I did not, in fact, remember to do this the smart way. He is not a smart man. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. You know, I did just realize something that's a bit of a problem that I didn't think about. Transport in the Nether is a bit interesting. Because, yeah, we need minecarts, effectively, to do that. Well, that will be surely an interesting conundrum. So we're going to set this up. And then this one will be reserved for the minecart spot. And we will figure out how to set up the minecart stuff from here. So, oops that I messed up and made way too many hoppers. Not oops, because I'll just put them in a spot that we use later. I need to get better at turning that alarm off recently. I'm sucking at it. You know what? In all honesty, I ignore it, like, literally, and I just bonked the mic. I am being a bad streamer today. Bad streamer day for me. You know what? While we're sitting here and I'm being dumb and being a little bit of an idiot recently, I don't even really listen to it. So, you know what? There. It gets turned off permanently from here on out. And I will set it for a much later time to make sure that I take care of it later. Later, basically. Late night with that boy when that boy forgets everything that's going on, because that boy has stopped functioning as a person and brain go burr. Because anyways, whoop-de-doo, doop-de-woo, whoop-de-doop-de-woo, whoop-de-doo. Unprofessional noises are occurring. And of course, I forgot while I was out, you know, that isn't going to be running, obviously. Do I have some more of that somewhere? what did I do with it? I mean, that's a good start. I know I threw some normal stone in there, but I thought I had more than, like, the 22. I mean, I guess I crafted it all in. My memory is realizing, yeah, no, I probably crafted it all together, threw it all in the pit, called it a day, walked away. Which is funny, on one hand. It's not funny on the other hand, because, like, I kind of needed that. kind of needed that, you know? It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. We just go back into the collection, run through, go find our stone, and it'll be in the spot for the stone. Perfect. Some stone. That's not enough. Wait, that is? Yeah, that is enough. I can count. I can do math. I have no brain today, is what I've realized. Yeah, no, I had a bit of a hard day getting up, actually. Just... That did not happen. Kind of struggled to wake up this morning, and when I finally did wake up, it was, like, super late in the afternoon, which is not something I like to do, especially when I'm still trying to, you know, get a job and stuff this summer, and am, you know, struggling with it because of our current job economy. Lovely, you know, first world problems that exist on my end of the world. That's villager crowding in the villager farm over there. Don't worry about it. They tend to do that, as I find out. No. Like, I've been struggling a lot with some real-life issues that just are making a lot of problems for me, like, you know, just in general life, and part of it is it is starting to affect my, like, current mental stuff, but that's something that's, like, you know, beyond what I should really say in YouTube stuff. I mean, there's nothing bad. Don't worry about it. There's nothing bad going on with it. It's just more of the fact of, like, I really get upset with myself whenever I don't get a job easy, I guess, is the thing. Like, I'm used to being able to, I guess, I like to be able to get a lot of things done quickly, and get a lot of, you know, work good and handled for myself. Wording is definitely not one of my strong suits right now, if you cannot tell. But no, like, I'm used to just being able to get myself further along faster, and having these struggles that I'm having right now, just with even getting the job to begin with, is starting to kind of weigh a little bit mentally on my conscience, and it's just becoming a continual problem for me. So that boy has brain issues, basically, that are going burr. And yeah, we all love that. We all love that for me. No. My hope is everything goes well, and I mean, here's the thing, I'm getting at least some satisfaction from the work of MDOT stuff that I'm got going on. The problem with that is while MDOT is great for me, you know, mentally in terms of what I can get done with it, trapdoor. What do you mean oak trapdoor is not showing up on the crafting list? It's got me a bit worried. It forgot that I could craft trapdoors? That's an interesting one. While it's good that, like, you know, I have MDOT to help me on that front of just, you know, being satisfied and feeling like I'm doing work, the problem with that is you know, the difference between doing work and getting, you know, paid for doing work is something that is major in the world that does matter a lot to me, basically. And I do need to get paid for the job I'm doing, you know, and, you know, MDOT's in a state where I'm not a popular enough person for people to play it. I wish I could be. And MDOT's also not in a state that, like, well, yeah, like, technically I could sell it. It's not in a finished enough state where I feel like even at its, you know, current planned $10 marking point, like, nobody cares. Nobody wants it. And that's something that I've kind of just had to, like, tell myself to shut up about. Just, you know, the whole concept of, like, I get it. It's a giant project, but, like, all of the art stuff and whatnot, like, everything else like that is something that is just visual related. Like, the game is very much playable as it currently stands, as I have proven in many, many, many streams now as well, and many, many, many events. I forgot to grab extra wood for, you know, chests while we were here. But no, I've proven on multiple occasions, like, MDOT's a playable game. And it's a good game. It's my favorite game, in all honesty, which is great for me because, you know, I love making something that is my favorite game ever. And part of that goes to the fact that, like, I just enjoy the things I do. But, like, the additive to that is like, okay, it's a good game for me. Is it a good game for everybody else, you know? Like, is it what people want to play? And that's something that I guess I've been mentally, like, having to battle with, is the hopes that it is something other people want to play, and want to, you know, do stuff with, because I would love to see more people play MDOT in the world, and, you know, I've told it to my friends a million times, I am currently the only living game master for MDOT, and that is something that actually kind of saddens me a little bit. But it's an inevitable truth that I have kind of had to understandably deal with, because of the fact that, you know, like, I'm not a popular person, MDOT isn't popular yet, and until I can learn how to code, I don't know how well the manual will ever sell, basically. Like, the manual is the part that I'm least focused on getting sales for. My main goal is making digital version a reality, because I get the feeling that's how people are going to want to play it effectively, especially because the digital version works, in my opinion, almost, or it works really well both in paper and in digital, but I feel like it works better, or best, digitally, basically, for people, which is both a problem of it being a tabletop RPG, you know, and just a problem of, like, how far along it's been developed, I guess, but, like, at the same time also, like, you can run the entire thing as a tabletop RPG with like, you know, everything. I prove that on the daily, and I prove that every session I have with my friends. That the game runs perfectly well, even on some of the more complex ones, or complex classes, with, you know, just paper and pencil. A spreadsheet does help occasionally, you know, but, like, it's not a required spreadsheet, you know. It's not a required spreadsheet. The spreadsheet that exists is merely just to assist. And assist is different from does everything for you. Alright, we've got the remaining campfires left, and I need relatively 1, 2, 3, 4 double chests is what I've got set up there. So that'll be something I can do real quick. And then we will be happy for what we have done today, because, yeah, we're making it good. And then I get to kind of sit there and ramble to you guys for a minute while I just, you know, showcase how this thing works for everybody who hasn't seen one of these farms before, because they are really interesting. And we also get to go work on making the witch farm platform actually exist, because I've been meaning to. I keep forgetting to, but, you know, I've been meaning to, basically. So, we can do that. Yoink. Grab myself some more wood, because I need just a few chests. And we go right here. God, I am starting to get fresh out of wood. This was at 26. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And those 38 I will use to make a chest. And then hopefully from there we have everything else we need. Yippee. There we go. Boom. Chest. Boom. There we go. Right? Yeah. Okay, good. I made way more chest. Made way more chests than I actually needed to, but that is perfectly fine, he says as he fails at jumping. Very typical dat boy moment right there. Campfire. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I did not mean to shift click that up into there. I mean, right now I'm just sitting here waiting. So, you know what? I'm going to sit here and wait for a minute. You guys get to just watch the montage of Number Go Burr. Oh, and we're done. I started trying to spell hi, how are you with the dirt there for a moment, and I realized that I unintentionally failed, but, you know, oops. It's fine. We got everything we need now, though, and then I get to kind of sit here and explain some stuff for a moment for you. And then we're gonna go take care of the witch farm, like I said I would, and then, yeah. Gonna call that an episode once we're done with all that, because we've done a bit done a lot of little work, and I mean, this is something that needed to get done. The thing is I think I'm at a point where I'm getting slowed down by my own unwillingness to do some work in between episodes, and that is something that I need to be more willing to do. So that is something that I am going to do from here on out, is make sure that I spend some time, you know, out of episodes just working on this stuff. Because, yeah, no. Like, Slime Farm needs work done. Other things need work done, you know. Everything needs a little bit of work done here and there. And, yeah, that's stuff that needs done. I mean, I will happily leave decoration stuff for you guys, you know, to watch me do, because I know that stuff is fun to watch me do, basically, and it is so hard to see in all the smoke, almost like if I were doing this in real life. There we go. 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 Come on. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Come on. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Please. Go in. Go in. Go in. And hoop. There we go. Alright. So, I don't need to do anything on any sidewalls. They won't actively try to run off of this. They think they will die if they do. And the same goes for this. They won't actively try to run off of this. At least I believe so. So, now, the fun thing about this is basically, the way it works is this farm takes advantage of the fact that innately, hoglins and piglins are both very scared of any soul-related stuff. They're also afraid of warped nylium as well. But they're afraid of soul stuff and they're afraid of warped nylium. So, effectively, they move the items for us. And as long as we take the items that they are, you know, to the death places that we need them to be in, effectively what happens is as we do stuff, and you'll see here, they'll realize, you know, or they should realize, I would hope, hang on, they'll get scared as they realize. There we go. I'm trying to get a showcase for us. They'll get scared of the stuff and they'll go hop in to the campfire, and when they do, they'll get cooked. They just won't even try to do anything, basically, because they'll be scared of everything, you know, or they'll be scared of the soul stuff, and they'll just sit and be like, oh no, I'm going to die from getting near that, and actively walk in to the fires that we want them to. Now, I'll stand up here for a moment because I think something should spawn up here. This is where I wish I could turn the fog off in the nether without a mod. Like, I know you can do it with a mod, but I mean specifically without a mod, you know. We'll get up towards here, and then I think you might be able to see it. You can barely see it. So yeah, we'll stand here for a minute, kind of looking over, and I'll see if I can't see something, and then I'll point it out for you guys. It's really hard to see. I'm betting even on YouTube, and you guys can't even see it, really. Yeah, wow, nothing is spawning there. Wow. This is why you need to. This is why the platform is so important. But basically, yeah, they spawn on one of those spots. They get scared by the things, and they're like, oh, and then they run into the campfires, and that does everything for us. I want to get at least a few items, so you know what? We're going to stand up here for a minute. I'm going to probably do another little mini, you know, what's it called? Time-lapse, while I just stare off into the void, effectively, from up here. Yeah, you can't even see it from up here. But no, we stand up here. Nothing should be spawning below the bedrock right now. Everything, in fact, should be spawning on our farm. And if I have the ability to showcase some stuff, you'd be able to watch, you know, all the hoglins going in and dying, basically. So yeah, I'm going to stand here for like 5 minutes, basically, just up here. You know, let the time lapse do its work, basically, while we just stare at each other. I'm not even gonna time lapse. I'm just gonna cut, basically. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here for about 5 minutes. I'll come back, and we will see how this has went. So whoop-de-doo. Alrighty, and just like that, we are back. Falling to the ground, and let's see how we're doing. Okay. Overall, not half bad. Some things look to be getting out, which is a small problem. But, you know, oh, I'm betting some of them are running down this. But in just like 5 minutes time, literally just that quickly, we already have gotten that much. Like, it's not even funny how quick this farm is. Yeah, no, I wish that were a joke. That is quite literally how quick this farm is. So we'll grab some fences and I'll run some fences up this. But yeah, no. Pork chops nonstop. Now all I need is just a cooker for all of this. And I thought that that would cook them. But apparently not. Maybe it's... Oh, I forget the reason why that doesn't cook them, but I thought the fire damage would cook them. Which is why I'm actually surprised that that's not already good for this. But, hey, you know, raw pork, fine. That technically makes a certain part of or this effectively works as a certain farm that we needed anyways, eventually, already for us. So, yeah, yippee. I literally went and grabbed a cup of water, and I went and fixed a very loud noise that I was hearing, which I was pretty sure that you guys were probably also maybe hearing. My mic normally doesn't pick up the, well, I say really loud, but it was more like really quiet because of the distance. And now a door was open, and there's some machinery that we've got running at home outside that, you know, because my parents love rocks. They love rocks. I'm not kidding. They love rocks. And, you know, family loves their rocks. And, you know, they've got some machinery running. Okay, put me in there. They've got some machinery running to basically, you know, turn the rocks, you know, I forget what it's called. Tumble the rocks. There it is. And the rock tumbler makes a very loud squeaky noise, which is why we keep it out in the garage. And the rock tumbler is not very quiet, to put it simply. That rock tumbler is very, very loud in the way that it is. And that, you know, they don't care. I care. Especially when I'm trying to record some stuff for you guys. And I know you guys care. So it's very much a boat of like, well, if that door opens to the garage, you can definitely hear it, to put it simply. Also, damn, I did not expect to get that sword. So, I'm sorry if there was a teeny bit of squeaking while I was talking. That was occasionally being picked up by the mic. I'm pretty sure it was almost unhearable. But, yeah, no. Anyways, we now have pork chops of power that are doing everything we could need for us. For forever, basically. And if I'm ever running low on food, I literally just get to take a very small, quick walk out there, stand up there for literally 5 minutes, and I've got enough pork chops that I will never, you know, need to worry for like another week almost. So, yeah, no, pork is now our main food source. Yeah. Let's see here. What did I want to do? I wanted to go grab, first off, the obsidian. I returned the, ender chest back into here, by the way, for everybody's knowledge, just because this spot seems to be a very good spot for it. But we need to get another bout of obsidian for it, or else, you know, we're not going to have enough obsidian, because this one we need to make and link the portal basically very well, or else some later down the line transports are going to be a problem. And we don't want that. We do not want a problem in the transportation of our items. So there's a few ways to fix that, and one of them is a very interesting way, and is probably a way that I'm actually going to try to set up here. I don't know how well it's going to work, but effectively nether side, we're going to want to build a really, really, really wide portal, basically, is the way I'm going to state it. Because if I can build a wide enough portal on the nether side, what happens is we, as the player, comes out from one side. Why did a bat die? But the items come out from the other side. Yeah, I'm very much in the boat of why the frick did a bat die. So sorry. Me being a little spookeasy, as we all know. I'm way too spookeasy sometimes. It is a problem. I am aware. I spook way too easy for a game like Minecraft, it seems. But, no, so what we do is we're going to hopefully use the fact that basically, and grab this. We're going to use the fact that basically a wide portal can effectively run as two portals in the nether, and use the locality of nether portals to effectively make it so that the portal is two-sided and works to go to 2 points instead of 1 point, just by making it really big. And then through that, we can make sure that items get picked up from a certain side. And then with the items getting picked up on said certain side, we get to, from, picking up the items from each specific side, make effectively a system that says, okay, items go in this side, player goes in this side. Because the player goes in on this side, we'll end up there, but the items will come out over there, and then send them back to the base through this thing. And then eventually we'll build the system that collects our items for us on our base side, in a similar-esque manner, almost, because it's something that needs to get done, and will effectively work as part of our bridge project also, like I said. So, yeah, no. This is effectively part 2's beginning to the bridge project, which I know everybody loved that last time. So, yippee, it's back. Get ready for more this time. And let's see here. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 30 should be wide enough, I would say. Yeah, because 28, so that would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then half of that. Why did one more go there? So yeah, that should be wide enough. We actually need it to be across a chunk boundary at least. That's the other requirement of this. So I'm going to make it 16 wide just as the encaser, which means that I need about 6 more total. Luckily, I mine obsidian relatively quickly with our pickaxe. So, yep, that should be boop, and this should go boop, and this goes boop, and then I just need 1 more. But no, if we have it 16 wide, like this, we can set it over a chunk boundary, and then that over the chunk boundary, setup will make it so that a two-sided portal is available, and then when we send items through the one side, it'll launch them through into the nether, and we can just roll from there basically. So yeah, it's something that I've known about for a while. Again, it's another one of those instances of really weird redstone quirks that you kind of have to think about for a bit before they make sense, and when they do make sense, even then they don't make sense. So yeah, no, I totally understand if what it looks like to people isn't going to make sense at all. I'm fully aware of what I am doing is not going to make sense to many people. That is perfectly fine and natural. So let's quickly finish up what we were doing in the nether. And then we will very quickly go over to the witch farm. And then I'm not even going to try and record a second episode this session because, look, I'm going to be honest, I don't have stuff prepared for it. I kind of was struggling getting started on this session today because I was like, well, really, I don't have many materials right now, and what I should have done is I should have built up some materials in between episodes so that I was ready for farm building. And I was like, what's a farm that I can make that's really simple that we need? Our pork chop farm. So yeah, that's where the idea for this episode came from. Make the pork chop farm real quick, simple, and easy, and yada yeet, yada yum. That's how we ended up here. So just so everybody is aware and understands the rationale behind some of the things I do in this series, basically. That's why. Now, hopefully this should look decently nice. Hang on. I do need this spot right here. So that I can just get up onto this. And we'll build this up about this high. Nothing will spawn on that, obviously, and nothing should run off over here. We break that just so that nothing tries. Break that so that nothing tries. Break that so that nothing tries. Whoop-de-doo. There we go. And that should carry all the items we want down into there. Alright, now let's go back to our, we need to go to our farm first off. Sip of water, sorry. Otherwise, if we don't go to our farm, we're going to mess up the binding of the upper portal. Eventually, I will make the lower portal, but for a long while, this is just going to be a wide portal for no reason. I also need to make sure that these two portals are aligned with each other. If they are not aligned with each other, we're going to end up in a situation where the two portals do not work. And that is one of the main important parts of this, is make sure the portals are aligned so that they work in the two-sided manner up here that we want them to. And, yeah, no. If I can get them two-sided, things work well, and if I can and to do that, gotta keep them aligned. So if I can keep them aligned, everything goes amazingly, basically. So yeah, let's get up here. I also found out there's literally a command that I can use that runs the portal finder in the nether, basically. Excuse me. And yeah, no. If I run that, it's going to work, or it's going to tell us exactly what we needed to know. But yeah, no, so up here you will see, and you might have already seen it while I did that run up, you will see that I have went through, and yep, everything's going well in there. In fact, in all honesty, while we're here, we're probably going to get a decent bit of materials, actually. But no, so what I'm going to do is, up here, we're going to make a small, little, tiny addition to this, and the way that we're going to do that is I'm actually going to extend a certain side of the nether, or of the not of the portal, of the spawning platform out just a teeny bit so that we can work with it, and then from there we will set up the water stream, which basically will do all the work for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little tiny addition right there, and this is our little spawning platform right now. But we're going to exchange, and I've lost one of the glass blocks, so we will pick it up in a minute. We're going to exchange all of these out for a few pieces of obsidian floating in the sky here. And I know that this isn't the most prettiest of looks. That's fine. Doesn't need to innately be. Just needs to kind of work for what we're after here. And oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna take this leap instead, because I also need to go grab the glass that fell. Anyways, there it is. Good to see you. Yoink. And up we go into the sky. And then what's really nice and simple about this is I can also set up the other portal down closer to the ground with it as well, relatively easily. And that will give us effectively all the spacing and stuff we need, because they should be way more than, 8 blocks apart if I do this properly. And then we kind of just do the whole, spread them out wide type thing. And that'll, carry everything that it needs to for us. So yeah, no. We are going to be doing quite well in just a few moments, basically. So, hop. And then this just was, yeah, all 4 of these right there. And boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now when I come out, I won't unintentionally walk myself over there. We do slash trigger, not this, NC in overworld? Yeah, get chords for the nether, so we do that. And I set this. So that will be for the first one that we build. And then what's really nice about this is, because of the way that I've set this up, we go here and we walk along this block, essentially. And I get to pick a spot that's right around in here, which is a decent enough distance away. So we're going to actually mine out just a teeny bit into this wall. This is more just me being a bit over the top than anything, but it also will kind of be important in the future. And I should have gotten a few more obsidian, but it's fine. The in the nether version will work, especially because here's the thing. I do this, and then I go boom, boom, And those should be along the same spot. Hang on. Can you... So, let me just test something. Does it... No, it determines my feet. Yeah, it goes by my feet. Nope. It does not like to do that. Okay, here's the way that I fix this. There we go. So we want the... Oh, wow. Yeah, fair enough. So we follow the 163 line about 4 blocks over, and that gives us the difference between these, basically. So that goes there. We then run back to our nether portal. And hopefully, if I did this correctly, we follow as that said, and then it should put us in the correct spots for each side of the portal, basically. Alright, now we want to go to F3T. We go this way. We want the negative 163, which is right here. Or, sorry, right here. And then we want negative 53, which is here. And then we want negative 56 as well. So that should be over to here. Okay. And then we just build this whole thing out of obsidian. And get those words off the screen for y'all. Wow. You know, I did just realize everybody probably was questioning me for why I only grabbed 2. I'm now starting to question myself, especially if I wanted to do this as a big, thick portal. I mean, I know I don't technically need the corner still, but, you know, my brain was not brainulating again. So this should work as both sides of the portal, effectively. Just so everybody is aware. So on this side, we should get the portal that is to the witch farm, and on this side we should get the one that is to the items. So we're gonna do this side first. Hug this side of the portal. I get the feeling that that was incorrect, and I've got it wrong. Okay, that's kind of throwing us to the middle. Ew. Ew. It might be height. It might be a height issue. Yeah, it's a height issue. Okay, that's something that's easy enough to fix. It's not a nice fix, but it's easy enough to fix. It also, the other way we do this is I split the 2 portals. That's something that's actually relatively easy to do. So much so to the point that I'm kind of saying let's do it. Because, yeah, I'd rather do this the easy way than the hard way, and we're kind of trying to do the hard way now. So, whoop-de-doo. Ah, well, we just do 2-sided portal this way. Alright, so now, this one should send us to the correct spot, and this one should send us to the to its correct spot. Ah, great. I know that this... No, this one's gonna... Okay, you know what? This one just needs bumped up. This one needs bumped up, quite literally. Which the entire purpose of doing this was to make it so that it didn't need bumped up. You know what else probably needs to happen is that portal probably needs to be moved a good fair distance away, in all honesty. Like that, the portal for the items probably needs dug down a bit. So you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to take this. I'm not going to worry about dual-sidedness to it anymore. And I'm going to dig this one further. And hopefully, yeah, this will work now for us. Hopefully. Cough, cough, cough. Like, it should work for us. Already should have been. He says, having looked into all this stuff not too long ago in an attempt to make sure that he was going to do it correctly. I mean, the real thing that's a real pain about this is we effectively need this to be far enough distance away that things just work well. Yeah. Just break that. There we go. This should hopefully be far enough. If I go... Yeah, that's 590 or 559 now. Hopefully should be far enough. I mean, we're going to see here in a minute. And if not, this becomes a next episode thing, and I genuinely kind of get to laugh because I get to be like, ha 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 ha, I actually did find something worth an episode of work. But I have very high doubts about that actually being the case. There we go. Alright. Portal linking is always an annoying puzzle, but it's something we must do, and therefore it is something that happens. And see, here's the thing. Eventually, I don't even need to worry about linking the portal on this side. It just becomes something that gets done for me in the right spot, basically. So, hopefully it's as simple as, you know, have moved it over now. Yippee. This hopefully fixes it. And then on the other side, when I move us, you know, back over from there, everything works well. Hopefully, and yay, all of the phantoms that I love never sleeping for. Give me those. No, don't swoop. Don't swoop. Don't, ow. Ow. Don't. Nope. Alright, here we go. This is targeted block. Oh, I also built them off center. That matters a lot. Yeah, negative 163 and negative 553. So I needed to build you right here. No, yeah. Yeah, you go here for these two. And boop, boop. Boop. That's right. This one was the one that was off kilter, basically. Okay. So then we get to go through and yoink this bad boy out. And hopefully he's at a far enough distance now that it doesn't bind incorrectly. I mean, the thing it really is like, we've got a large distance. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the distance in the nether that's being the issue. It's the fact that they are not properly height mapped. Well, that's the problem. Because my one in the nether... Right. No, this one does need to be... It's either the one in the nether needs to be lower, or the one in the overworlds need to be further distance, basically. And I'm betting it's the problem of the one in the nether is too far distance. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So this one should at least throw us out on the right side. Yeah, this one throws us out on this side. This one is now the big issue, basically, because these two aren't tall enough, basically. This one's not tall enough, which is why it gives me the 227 issue, which sucks. But, you know... I mean, yeah, I guess I could just build this up into the air next episode. I mean, do I have... What are we at? We're at 128. 227 is exactly 100 blocks up. Yeah. Yeah, this seems like a next episode problem for me. Building up, making that look nice. Oh, boy. Yep, okay. You know what? Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye. I'll do some work in between episodes, but I already think I know one of the things we're doing next episode is just a quick little aside, is binding that portal so that the witch farm has an easy entrance for me. But yeah, see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.